Hey guys, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video on a very busy day. So we're going to be focusing on easy, quick, lazy, yet healthy vegan meals. So I have my run this morning, later on I'm climbing, and then I'm working in between. And I just have a bunch of crap to do. Been trying to make a habit of knocking back a quart of water, usually lemon water. I'm out of lemons today, so I'm going to make lime water within the first hour of being awake. I feel like drinking out of these fat straws helps me drink more water. For my warm drink today, I'm gonna have some matcha because I want a little bit of caffeine to energize me for my run. Start my water boiler. I'm gonna be using my favorite soy milk, the West Soy unsweetened vanilla soy milk. Talked about this one before, but I like it because it has so few ingredients. My water boiler is extremely loud, so I apologize if that's a little distracting. I've got to be honest, the last 2 weeks or so, I have been not really feeling myself. I've just been having a lot of trouble getting started in the morning, being motivated. But I mentioned, I think it was my last video, I've been starting to do my workouts really early in the morning and just get them out of the way so that I have this sense of, having accomplished something really early, and then that kind of carries over to the rest of the day. So yeah, we're gonna get our run out of the way. I am not at the point yet where I look forward to running. It's still pretty challenging for me, but I always feel really, really good afterwards. I never regret having gone on a run, and I feel pretty badass after I finish it. I finally got fitted for running shoes this weekend, and the employee who helped me out said that it took her a full 4 to 5 months before she really started to love running. But before then, she just had to kind of push through it. So I'm hoping that I get to that point. I'm not gonna eat anything before my run. I'm just gonna have my latte and my water. And when I get back, I'm gonna have a nice big carby breakfast. I have some russet potatoes I might air fry, but we'll see. I've been getting a lot of questions about this blender. I've used it in 3 or 4 videos now. It's the FitMix Pro by VitaGoods. And I use it pretty much every morning now to make my either bulletproof coffee or my matcha lattes. I do use it for protein powder, but more often I'm using it to make my lattes in the morning because it makes my soy milk really nice and frothy. I used to use my Vitamix to froth up my soy milk for lattes. This thing's just really compact and easy to clean. I just rinse it out, and then I don't have to bother with cleaning my big Vitamix pitcher, so it's super convenient. Adding stevia drops, and I added a teaspoon of just plain matcha powder. So I add the matcha to water, and then I add in my soy milk afterwards. If you want to take this on the go, it does have a separate compartment that you can keep your protein powder or your BCAAs or whatever other supplements you might be taking separate from the liquid. Just mix it whenever you're ready. And it's USB chargeable, this base here. So it does hold a charge. You don't need to have it plugged in to use it. It's super handy. And they offered a discount code if you guys want to get this for 40% off. It's 30 bucks. I'll link it down below. Look at the foam. The foam is what sets a homemade coffee drink apart from a cafe coffee drink. Also, just a fun fact, I originally saw this thing on Nikki Blackadder's channel. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I'm in love with her. She's the reason I started working out in 2016. I was watching her videos and Amanda Bucci and Tess Begg. So yeah, I cannot get over how good this soy milk is. I have been meaning to make my own soy milk. I bought organic soybeans from the Asian market when I went to get all my kimchi ingredients, and that was, I don't know, that was weeks and weeks ago. So maybe I'll soak these beans today and make soy milk tomorrow. Let's do it. Okay, I just drank this matcha latte in a minute flat. It's so good. I'm gonna let my body absorb the liquids and just get, super lit on this caffeine, and then go for my run. Back from my run, it went okay. It was difficult. It's really hot outside, but on the way home, I stopped at the grocery store, picked up a couple of ingredients for a nice big carby breakfast. I'm gonna make a potato hash in the air fryer. So I got a russet potato, picked up organic black beans. I'm gonna have half of this can for breakfast and half for lunch, I think. Ooh. My runs have been feeling a lot better since I got actual running shoes. Surprise, surprise, everyone says that. I was super nervous because you guys know I'm very socially anxious human, and usually when I go to stores I do whatever I can to avoid talking to salespeople. I have been at a grocery store and like needed something on a high shelf and not been able to reach it, and just decided to go to a different store to avoid asking a salesperson to help me reach it. Anyway, when I pulled up to the running store, I like parked and sat in my car for a good, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. Just like, I don't know, playing out scenarios in my head like a crazy person and like pumping myself up to go in. And because you know, you have to interact with the salesperson to have them like see how your foot lands when you're running. And they have like a treadmill in there, and they like film you from the back so they see if your feet are turning in, and if they need to give you a shoe that corrects for that. So yeah, it was very scary for someone like me, but I did it because I knew I needed to. But you know, I feel like every time you do something like that that really scares you, you make some gains, some like emotional gains, and then it doesn't scare you as much the next time. So I'm glad I did that. I've got potato and red onion in here. I think I want to add in some red bell pepper, but I'm going to add it in maybe half the way through. Oh my god, my paprika is empty. I'm going to add the pepper in halfway through just because it cooks so much faster than potatoes and onions. Add some garlic powder. I'm also out of onion powder. I don't know. I'm such a failure. Well, I do have onion powder. Oh, cool. I had backups. I knew I would never make such a faux pas, such a faux pas. I have a huge paprika backup because I met up with a friend that I made from Instagram who also lives in Colorado a couple weeks back, and I guess her husband works for a spice company or something to that effect, and so she was kind enough to give me a huge paprika. Happiest day of my life. You don't have to add oil when you're using the air fryer, but I just like adding like a teaspoon because it makes them get golden brown and crispy and nice. I get a surprising number of like comments and DMs from people who live in the Boulder area or in Colorado, which I think is super cool because I never used to get that many when I lived in the Bay Area. 400 degrees, I'm gonna leave these in for 10 to 12 minutes. Sip on some more lime water. I think I'm gonna have my green drink du jour. Still haven't washed this thing, but I'm just gonna use it again anyway, so I have a little bit left of this unsweetened almond coconut blend. I'm gonna do half this, half water. Potatoes already smell so good. When you look at it, it's such an unappealing color, but I promise it tastes good. I just remembered I had leftover fajita veggies and guacamole. Oh, even it's like brown now, but I'm sure it still tastes good. This is the problem when I haven't like meal prepped. When I get back from a workout, I'm freaking famished. I've never used the word famished in actual conversation. I'm famished. And I'll just bring out like all of the leftovers in my fridge and all of the snacks and just start taking bites out of everything. And then by the time I'm finished preparing my actual meal, I'm not that hungry. Okay, I gotta stop. I'll save this for later. Like, I got Oreos the other day, and it's taking every ounce of restraint in my body and soul to not eat like 5 of them right now. It just got really cold, so I put on a jacket, but I have some sauteed kale, my potatoes. Do you hear that? It's nice and crispy. It's actually a lot of food. That potato is pretty large, so maybe I won't finish all this, but I'll try. Got my black beans. I'll put half of this on here. Does anyone else ever just eat black beans straight out of the can? Avocados have been so cheap lately. I don't know if it's just here or everywhere, but they've been 88 cents, so I've just been stocking up and eating like one or one half of an avocado every single day. My upstairs neighbors went on a road trip and brought back this extremely hot ghost pepper chili salsa. Oh my god. It's so spicy. I don't know why I like the pain so much, but I do. I wish I had some vegan sour cream on hand. That would be very, very tasty. But here is my breakfast. I have to hide my face so the camera doesn't focus on it. Whew, so many carbs. That salsa. Well, I'm starving, as you can see, so I'm gonna eat this, get along with my day. It's a work day. Check in with you for a very lazy lunch. Back for lunch, a very late lunch, might I add. Also, I've been wearing this microphone the entire video, but during the last like like breakfast clip. It was buzzing the entire time. I'm not sure why, if I had it like not plugged in all the way or what, but hopefully it works now. We're doing double potato today, except I've got a sweet potato this time, and I just poked a couple holes in it and rinsed it and then microwaved it. Ideally, I would have meal prepped and made a couple like roasted sweet potatoes to have over the course of a week, but I didn't. Every time I smell it, it just reminds me of the holidays and sweet potato casserole. Just mash it up. Lettuce. I have some frozen corn and edamame that I just microwaved. Then I've got the rest of that can of beans. I'm gonna scoop on here. And that guacamole from the other night. Yes! This Serrano one by Yellowbird. Oh, I literally just knocked guacamole off of my plate with my elbow onto the floor. What happens when you make your stuffed sweet potato too lofty? I salvaged the parts of the guacamole that did not touch the floor. Why am I so stupid? Don't answer that. There we go. And that's gonna be our lunch. Pretty solid. I really want to eat this, but I have to take a picture of it first because I need a thumbnail. You guys, if you haven't made a stuffed sweet potato, you gotta try it. On weekdays when I climb, I end up eating dinner a little bit later, around probably 8-ish. So this is gonna give me the energy to power through till then. I honestly don't even know what I'm gonna make for dinner. What do I even have? I have some of this Annie's creamy shells and pasta, which is different from their cheddar vegan mac. This one's kind of, I mean, it's not healthy. I mean, maybe it's healthy. The sauce is made out of pumpkin and sweet potato. Pretty low in fat, high in protein. I feel like I might make this and add a bunch of vegetables to it, unless I think of something better in the meantime, but I will let you know. For dinner, I did end up being too tired and lazy to make anything fancy, so I did just make that box of creamy shells by Annie's. While the noodles were boiling, I sauteed some red onion and mushrooms till they were caramelized, and then I tossed in some chopped zucchini. Mix that all together. I'd say that, especially with the added veggies, this ended up being a pretty decent dinner. Not too bad, especially since the sauce, like I said earlier, is made of mostly pumpkin and butternut squash. It doesn't have a bunch of weird, oily ingredients the way that like a Daiya mac and cheese might have, for example. And it was super cheap. The Annie's mac and cheese goes on sale all the time. I stocked up the last time they were $1 a box at Sprouts. That's everything I ate this day. I did not end up being hungry for dessert. Turns out that when you eat predominantly whole foods the way that I did for breakfast and lunch, you get really full. So I wasn't really craving anything. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in my next one.